Hi everyone, this is Men's here. I'm playing on the test server for the historical battles and 9.0. As you see here, I do have the historical loadout here only because I did click on the historical battle button right before I start recording this, just to show you that it will change your loadout depending upon if you are playing in a historical battle, and it makes you buy a specific amount of shells. You can still control if you want to pay for gold or credits, but you do need to use a specific loadout. But you can have any kind of crew skills you want, any kind of equipment, and any kind of consumables. And one weird thing, which I hope they fixed, is the camouflage on a lot of tanks is very wonky. But anyway, back to historical battles. Let's pop into the drop down list. I'm gonna have to exit it, and because I clicked out of my little thing, let's hit the battle button again. Now, there is a small problem of you still have a list of tanks you can pick for depending on whatever the match is. Right now it's just mainly Germans and Soviets, but one problem is most people just want to play the top tier tanks. As you see here, there's a lot of heavies and tank destroyers, but not exactly any mediums, which usually are the lower tiers in these matches. While you do get a credit and experience boost for playing as a lower tier in these matches, since you are pretty much severely gimped, it is kind of a short-sightedness by Wargaming, only because it would be nice if there was at least a little bit of a hard cap on the top tiers, since it doesn't really give a huge incentive to play a smaller tank like a PZIII in a match with ISU 152s that can pretty much obliterate you with half a shell. They don't even have to hit you with the entire thing. But it still is something a little bit different to throw a wrench into things, and it is kind of fun since a lot of people have been waiting for this and now they finally get it. So hopefully they continue to fine-tune it and balance it a little bit more accordingly, since it isn't always fun playing against a bunch of top tier tanks. And I do understand that while a lot of people play top tiers, that they still balance it out based on specific matchmaker points in historical battles. It still leans a little heavily to the higher tiers, since even though I'm tier 4 against a tier 7, I'm still not going to do much to them. I'm really only capable of fighting 2 tanks, and since the teams are a little small, at least for now, it is a little bit broken per se, and playing the higher tiers definitely is a little bit more rewarding, just because you only basically have to go up against a couple other high tier tanks. But anyway, let's focus on the battle. I'm going to go up on the hill here only because they have 4 slow TDs, and the KV-1Ss, while they are a little bit more mobile, aren't fast enough to actually beat me up here. Only their tier 3s are. So I'm just going to see if I can't pop out here and spot somebody, but doesn't seem to be the case. Don't think that he would have saw or seen me, but let's see how I do against the KV-1S. Most likely not that well. I'm just gonna take one more shot and then I'm gonna run away. Don't know why that Stug's gonna go over, but hell, I'm gonna join him and probably get vaporized here. Run away, little tank. Yeah, even my gun against him, I'm gonna have to swap over to premium rounds, but at least the KV-1S in this mode doesn't have its insane 122mm gun, I think it is. So that helps out slightly. Ooh, gotta watch out for that hill. I have gone over that thing too many times that finally, after the 20th time of flying off and taking damage, I have learned my lesson. Okay, I know I can't really pen him from the front with this, so I'm just gonna hopefully scoot on by. Don't want him to see me. I'm hoping that nobody's over there. But I'm still going to be a little bit careful. There he is. So far we've seen 2 or 3 of them, but there might be one more lurking over in this corner. Doesn't appear that way though, so I'm pretty sure I'm in the clear. And although I can't really do any damage here, I'm still playing just as a scout, just because I can annoy them. Can't really do any damage, but I can spot for my teammates, which is a huge plus when it comes to these small teams. So I'm just going to keep him lit. Hopefully, yep, there we go. Now I'm gonna run across and spot. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, I actually hit him. I am quite surprised. And hopefully they focus on the other 2 people. Never mind. They decide to shoot the little guy. Boo-hoo. But hopefully we're able to spot these guys and focus them down. But the SU-152s definitely are pretty damn strong with that derp gun in this. Only because they can obliterate a lot of the low-tier tanks, and while the 30 is somewhat protected, as you see here, the HE just completely wrecks the tier 5 and tier 4 tanks on our team. But overall, our team did a pretty good job, and our top tiers definitely pulled their weight. And let's see how the earnings are in this mode. Now, not exactly that much. Granted, I did do 200 damage, which isn't all that great, but the damage potential in these matches is a little bit lower when you don't have full teams. And I did see or hear that you're supposed to get additional credits for playing a low tier, but doesn't really show it in the battle results screen at the end, so I'm not exactly sure if that is true or not, or they just haven't implemented it yet. But as far as it looks now, if you play a low tier tank in a historical battle, you're either going to be a scout or kind of useless, but it's still better to play at the top tier since there's no restriction on how many there are. It's just based on matchmaker balance, and they try to balance out the teams point-wise, but it doesn't matter how many of each tank each battle has currently. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also check out my website, wotguru.com. And as you see here, these are the tanks you get to pick from, and there's one more which is a little bit different and the tiers are a bit higher. Anyway, thanks for watching again.